Greetings, welcome to Rice Reports, ahead of the time. I didn't make time this morning to do a long introduction, so I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it. Couple articles of interest lately on the news. Verizon, AT&T have begun to use super trackers, so they're beginning to record everybody's information. Well, this isn't the beginning. This is something they've been doing. Of course, the revelations through Edward Snowden revealing that Verizon and AT&T had these relationships with the NSA, with the government. This was the crony capitalism. Some people call it a plutocracy, where the corporations, the super entities, actually control the governments. And we're seeing this in front of our eyes. So the fact that people would believe that this is the beginning, they're just beginning to use super trackers, is crazy to me. People are definitely not paying attention, and it makes me wonder, like, what are people watching? Like, what are people looking at? And I guess if you go into the internet and find out what are the most viewed websites on the internet, you're gonna find out that it's gonna be, you know, your Fox News, your Yahoos, you know, of course Google News. You know, these people don't really tell you what you need to know. They keep putting out all these articles that they'll have somebody write, and then they'll edit it, and they'll make it sway, the narrative sway, so that, you know, it seems like, you know, there's some justice being done, but the reality of it is nobody's done anything about this. We're still sitting here in the same position. There was supposed to be some kind of committee set up, but all of a sudden, you know, the news is announcing the corporations are taking control of the helm, and they're going to now be just directly taking people's information. And you know, I know Facebook recently had some terms and conditions put out that outline, you know, what people are consenting to when they sign up an account. And supposedly that they're much more, you know, visible and explanatory, and you know, elementary, and, you know, so that people can, you know, have more of an understanding of what they're consenting to. But let's just face it, we live in a subculture. It's been created by the Pentagon, the internet, and, you know, people are easily follow each other. I mean, we know that through history. People want to survive. They want the best for themselves, and typically, you know, what the Pentagon and these agencies have been doing is putting impressions in people's heads. Oh, if I travel down this road, you know, this is where I'll end up, right? And the fact of the matter is not true. You know, it's like a backdrop. You're walking down the trail the whole time, but you're looking at the backdrop. When you get there, what do you get? You just get a sack of cloth and nothing behind it. So, you know, we all need to come to understand this, but there's another way. You know, we can make this a difference. You know, we have to look at history and say, well, how come we never used these super trackers before, but we never had the crimes that are being committed today before? What's the difference? What happened along the way? And that's what we need to examine. Of course, the answer is sin. But for the you know, just to make things easily understood, we have to look at, you know, what came about that would cause these kinds of results, and the answer is the capital-controlled system. It's been built off the foundation of sin, and it now exists, and it creates an environment around people. It creates these enormous pressures, which we can call evil spirits, and it's causing people to do extreme acts of behavior. And it's not the amount of acts. See, the police and the law enforcement always want to point to the crime, the numbers. Babylon obsessed with numbers, and they're gonna say, look, this number went down. They're gonna wait till it goes down, then they're gonna make an announcement. But you have to look at the extremity. It's not the number, it's the extreme.